But yeah, Alan, my list is just straight infantry. Just straight infantry.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
Hey boys, is you ready? We're gonna give him a proper war. I can't hear you. Louder, louder. Here it comes, boys. I don't guess who can more by our side. We will stomp, we will crush, tear you down and snatch your pride. Who's the biggest and the baddest? That's all because green is bestest. We always looking for a fight, cause all your good acts to die. Shut your trap and get to fighting. No more time for boring yapping. We was made it for the winning. Top of being rather cunning. We may not know how to ride, we both know that ain't no crime. Quit your start and get right here. Teach your pants is what is fear. We start on. Dark on. For gore and more. On to war. We start on. Dark on. For gore and more. Hear our roar. Alright lads, this is it. Who's gonna show them humans, them spiky chaos boys, and them metal targets, why we's the bestest. Hold on to your dagger boys, this is gonna be a true and proper Louder, louder. Hear our roar. Here it comes, boys.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Art of Lore show. Yes, much lore, much painting, and shenaniganery.
Hello.
Much deviance.
Hello, Watley, Mama Bear, and Armageddon. Everybody's here to have a good time.
Ugh.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, besides this week being just completely bogged with work and not being able to have anything to myself, finally gonna get some painting done here. It's been a while. A little bit.
Cicero subscribed for 12 months.
And
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
Cicero subscribing for the full year. Hello, Cicero.
Loves to throw.
Oh yeah!
I mean, if you want to
For
throw
a
your
whole
money away,
year.
I'm
Oh
not gonna
boy.
argue.
Oh man. Oof.
Oh,
I'm gonna get right to the paint screen. I gotta get some painting done. It's been a while. It's bothering me. I'm really behind on everything. Go
Yes,
figure. Nothing new
really-
there.
you really need to catch up on Yuki's shit before she comes after you with a knife.
You can pull the knife out. It's not gonna be good. Oh, but yeah, small talk. Everything. Things are okay and going great, except for just all the damn work. No time to relax. It's like it feels like I've been on my feet doing shit the past like 72 hours. Like sleep is like not a concept for me apparently. I try to get sleep. I get some sleep, but due to medical reasons, I cannot stay asleep. Oh,
It usually ends up with you hacking up a lung.
with me not being able to breathe. Yeah, pretty much.
Kyle, do you have, not to bother, but you should really look into getting something like a CPAC if you don't have it already.
Yeah, there's this thing called insurance, and I have to wait to get back on it.
Oh shit, yeah.
So I'm in the
that'll do it.
waiting period, so I can do stuff like that. But it's on the list.
So, yeah, that'll do it.
If it helps, yeah, it's on the list of things I need to do.
It's on the list for me too. Ugh, then maybe I could stop being such a yawny bastard. I can get deeper into the lore.
Yeah, if I could like breathe and like actually put oxygen in my lungs, maybe I'll function better.
What is this thing called sleep?
Oh man, feels like that. Oh, so speaking of just getting on into it, before we get on into the lore, that was a bad transition. How have you guys been doing? I noticed that a certain book has shown up,
Yes, it has.
and you're supposed to get something else with it that's currently in the mail.
Yes, my uplifting primer arrived, and it won't be delivered for another month. They're sending me a Throne Guilt.
So for those of us that don't know what that is, could you elaborate for us?
Well, Imperial currency comes in one of 5 ways. You have system currency, which is whatever the fuck the local jackass wants for money. It could be seashells, it could be credits, it could be coins. You have Imperial credit, which is just, as it sounds like, a credit card. And then you have Throne Gelt, which is basically the currency of rogue traders. A gelt is accepted in any system it comes from, but if you want to go terms of money-wise, if you're looking at it like from a premise of, say, D&D, your credit is a copper piece, right? The
Yeah.
Throne Gelt is a platinum piece.
So it's like very rare.
Yes, rogue traders are the only motherfuckers, Inquisitors are regularly get their hands on Throne Gelts.
Yeah, it's worth moolah.
The guard will pay you whatever it pays you. A lot of times you'll get what's known as, say, the guard, they'll hold your pay if you choose to, till they decide where the hell they're going to dump you at the end of your commission, and that's the currency they pay out.
So if you manage to survive, they'll pay you wherever you're going.
They pay you. It's one of those things like the Roman legions. You can choose to get your payment up front every time, or you can have it put away, held by a quartermaster, and at the end of your service, you get a lump sum.
Okay.
Or as they call it, the Jester's gamble. Or not the Jester's, the Grim gamble.
But don't they do a thing that if you die, back in Rome, if you die, they'll give it to your children?
Yes, and
Or
the Imperium tries that too.
Keyword tries.
However, yes, because a lot of times a corrupt general, an officer, will just take it. He's dead. He ain't gonna know.
Sad.
Welcome to Imperial life.
Welcome to 40K.
Sprinkle it with dew.
All is sad.
What is this thing called happiness?
A foreign concept. Mind you, certain changes have come about ever since the return of a certain Primarch. Hence why he almost had a rebellion on Terror about it.
The tax man cometh.
Well, Gilliman made it so that if you were to do such, it was considered tax fraud. And we know how Gilliman feels about
Oh,
tax
and you don't
fraud.
fuck with the tax man.
And you know how Gilliman feels about tax fraud.
Yes.
Bubba G.
Bobby G. The goodest Primarch. He who knows how to use the Excel spreadsheet. Yeah. Excuse me,
Oh,
but
boy.
we're not here to talk about taxes, money, and guilts. Today, gentlemen, speaking of which, Commodore, ready the engines to full. We have a war to win.
We're going to them. Oh boy.
Today, gentlemen, we will be speaking of the Gothic War and a certain Admiral Spire. So, spoiler alert, if you have not played Battlefleet Gothic, it's only been out for, 7 years now?
About.
So, only warning you're getting, so fuck off if you don't want to be spoiled.
Spoilers on a 7-year-old game. Oh, you're going to get a lot of internet hate, Bob.
Oh, you'd be shocked how much hate I can generate. Just go back to the Dark Angels episode. Them fanboys still be salty. They're saltier than an Ohio State fan at Michigan.
And now more people hate us. God damn it, Bob.
Ohio doesn't exist.
I
It's just where we ship the crackheads.
Well,
thought that
it's
was Florida.
if I say it's a good thing that most of our people that listen to us aren't actually from the U.S. apparently. So
It's much like what would I say it? It's like Prague. It doesn't exist for reals. It's just a silly place we made up. The Steel Legion and the old man himself. Well, we never covered the goddamn Steel Legion, did we?
No, we never did. No, we did. No, we did. We did.
we did
no,
like a guardsman roundup episode where we mentioned like a bunch of the guardsmen regiments, but we never actually went completely in depth on all of them.
No, we did. No, we did do an in-depth episode on the Armageddon Wars, though.
On the war,
war.
yes.
Not the Steel Legion.
But we lumped it in there.
Yeah, well, that was somebody just spent 10,000 purity seals.
So we'll just do it again.
Oh, if somebody spent points and it's just Steel Legion, then we will have it just Steel Legion, so it will be Steel Legion.
Well, to be fair, it's Steel Legion and the Old Man, and I'll give you 3 guesses who requested this. Hintity, hint, hint.
Well, we could definitely do a Steel Legion and Yarick episode.
Speaking of which, since you requested it, since you've already spent the points, I'll give you a little taste, Ashes. I shall give you a quote from the old man himself. Because now I have a book with all these quotes. In fact, I shall give you the liniment as he screamed out to that orc after he took his arm. I fear no evil, I fear no death, for the Emperor comes for me. As he sawed an orc's head off and then took its claw and then threw it at a bunch of orcs while screaming profanities.
That's a good way to get your point across.
He was an Angie boy.
Cicero, book of quotes. Yes, it's the Damocles Golf version. I got Cicero, so it came with a bunch of different quotes and speeches. I feel like properly inspired.
Inspired.
Inspired. But now
Inspire.
we must step away from the ground war, and we must move into the place of the Navy, where you would sail the seven seas in the Navy.
Oh boy.
Ah, the Gothic War. So I shall take you into where it begins in 139 M41. Just things were going decent in the Gothic sector, I should say, because the Gothic sector, along with the is in the northwestern reaches of the galaxy known as the Cadian Gate. You know, the fun area, Segmentum Obscurus. Outposts constantly being raided and attacked by various jackasses who worship a sentient trash can, a pissed off paraplegic, an indecisive mollusk, and somebody who really needs to go to rehab. But during the second millennium of M41, these assaults increased immensely. Most importantly, his attacks served as a prelude to the horrors that would come to the Gothic War. Once that station was known as the world of Arax. Due to its low strategic importance, the average propaganda, Arax was inhabited only by a small garrison of Imperial Guard, tasked to protect a few tech adepts of the Mechanicus, who were needed to maintain and operate the station's observation equipment. But early in 139, the scout frigate Ascendance received a telepathic plea for help from the station. The identity of attackers were unknown. When reinforcements had arrived a full 4 months later, however, there was no sign of the raiders. Members of the 122nd Balian Regiment had been wiped out to a man, and their bodies had been horrifically mutated and left to be devoured by the wild dogs that were the world's only real predators. In the Navy, core berserkers are on the board. In the Navy, heads are rolling on the floor. In the Navy.
I don't even know
Cicero.
who was saying that. And all I can think of now is being stuck in a confined space, and there's like a goddamn corn berserker just looks at me and then goes, "Your skull is mine."
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Door stuck. Door stuck. Door stuck.
Our favorite story.
Ah.
We have to do an episode where we just talk about Leroy and the band.
Oh, the merry men of jackasses. Yes, we probably should. It'd be a good, funny one.
Do a Leroy episode.
Yep.
How funny how space spiders developed into a complex character. But here we are.
Pretty much.
You should have known the second I found out about 40K D&D, Kyle, and I heard the goddamn space spiders. That was getting made into a character. I just didn't think it'd get this fucking deep. But either way, due to the clear chaos tomfuckery, the Inquisition sent an Inquisitor, Inquisitor Holst, to investigate the matter. But since it had been 4 fucking months and the dogs probably ate most of the evidence, he basically had to sit on his ass and just wait for something else to happen. But if Arax had been the only outpost to be attacked this time, the raid would basically become another, well, shit. Here we go. Reman it, get the fucking thing fixed. Yet over the next 3 years, the number of similar attacks on outposts and monitoring stations surrounding the Gothic sector started becoming so apparent to, and I quote the Inquisitor in this, it was an obvious prelude to a massive attack. We simply had no idea what way it was coming from. But the Inquisitor could not find any hard evidence to support his well-honed instincts or identify the nature of the attackers. He couldn't tell if they were Zinchians, Nurglites, Chaos, or just a bunch of jackass pirates with a cocaine fetish. So he decided once more to watch and wait for the uncanny of the enemies of the Emperor to make their move. And then things went from bad to worse, because the following year, in 140, several Imperial patrol vessels made grisly discoveries in the Athenia sector. A number of Imperial merchant starships and warships, one of them an Emperor-class battleship, for fuck's sakes, was discovered just drifting through the void, uncontrolled.
A battleship?
An Emperor-class battleship, Alan.
Jesus Christ.
A question. A popular TikTok trend. How often do you think about Roman Empire?
I don't
Every day.
stop.
I don't know what that is about, but okay.
Remember, think of Scipio and be like Scipio.
What would Scipio do in this moment of need?
I'm so confused.
Be confused, Kyle. That's all I can say. Be confused.
Bob +1. You're goddamn right. And if you can't act like Scipio, just think what Trajan would do. If failing at Trajan and your seamen, all hope is lost, just remember, Aurelian had doubts as well. You will overcome this. Why'd I just go full commissar there? Anyway, back to the Gothic War.
I don't know what's going on.
It's fun to hurt Kyle Allen
It is fun.
with real life lore instead of 40k lore.
What's happening?
But no, serious, yes, Alan, an Emperor-class battleship, one of the ones that has 10 to 30 fucking squadrons of attack craft and bombers. Yes, one of those was just found drifting aboard. Upon being boarded, it was learned that the crews of all these ships were just dead. Their stinking, disease-ridden corpses strewn around the corridors and control panels. Some still manning their stations. Each starship also bore the scars of weapons fire and a brief space battle, as well as signs of being boarded, though none of the enemy dead could be found. Alan, do you want to place bets on who did this?
Nurgle.
What kind of Nurgles?
Plague bears.
Oh, you're going with demons. Kyle, what are you betting on?
Like it's just diseased corpses just out and strewn about.
Clearly, there was a boarding action. Alan's betting on demons. What are you betting on?
Night Lords!
So we're going with Night Lords. Okay.
I can't say no to Night Lords.
Cicero's betting Typhus. Let's find out. Inquisitor Hulse puzzled over the new developments, basically the obvious, this is some chaos fuckery that his spies had brought him. A rumor had spread among the vessels of the Imperial Navy and the Segmentum. The attacks had been carried out by an ancient chaos warship known as the Plague Claw. A vessel whose... Huh?
Okay. Plague claw. Okay.
A vessel whose diseased followers were dedicated their body and soul to Nurgle. The sentient trash bag. Because I'm not going to call him a chaos god because he got half his garden burnt down by a tax man. And yes, I will still be making fun of Nurgle for thinking, yes, I'm just going to bring the Emperor's son into my realm for shits and giggles. This won't end poorly. Fucking Nurgle. Anyway, the ship had been attacking Imperial shipping for close to 4,000 years. The infection of the decimated ships and crews and the reappearance of the Plague Claws were no coincidence, according to the Inquisitor. A rally which became all the clearer when the Death Guard Traitor Legion and Chaos Space Marines dedicated to Nurgle sacked the hive world of Malagast. Can you guess who is leading these plague bearers? These diseased servants of the 15th, no, the 14th Legion.
Typhus.
Typhus?
Typhus runs the Plague Claw.
No, Typhus's ship is the Terminus Est.
That was a Plague Claw.
Nope, Terminus Est.
Ah, okay. Wow. I somehow got I had the wrong equation, but I got the right answer.
Yes, you got the right answer. Just think of it this way. Terminus Est is a Gloriana-class battleship. The Death Guard have two. Terminus Est, and then you have Endurance, which is Mortarions. But became convinced the forces of chaos were up to another tomfuckery known as a Black Crusade. Watch posts around the Cadian Gate were put on high alert. Imperial Navy warships from all over the Segmentum Skirts were scrambled around Cadia because they knew where the enemy was probably going to come out and they knew where they had to stop it. Because their hosts investigated chaotic activity around Eggs and the Narwing star systems, turned even more sinister in the Gothic sector. 2,500 light years away from Axe, the navigator of the Navis Nobility. I hate that fucking word. Navigators.
Say you okay there, Bob?
Navis Nobility, motherfucker. I
Hello
hate this
there, Ragu.
word. Here. You guys pronounce it, you fuckwits. Making fun of me for this shit.
Navis Nobilite. Nobilite. Navis Nobilite.
Nope.
Yeah, Navis Nobilite.
Nope. Not how it's pronounced.
Bob, you can't pronounce anything. I'm not gonna take your fucking word on it.
I know it's not pronounced that way because I've heard it in books enough and it keeps pissing me off. It's not said that way. But yes, if we're talking about nowadays language, you are correct, Alan. Either way, the fucking navigators, the fancy navigators, reported greater disturbances than usual in the warp currents. Indication of warp storms increasing as the year wore on. You know, the bad times are happening. This news was received in a panic state. The situation made incredibly fucking worse by several religious fanatics declaring that the Emperor is displeased with sending warp storms to purge the sinful. A number of new hardline religious sects formed, all of them saying, nope, you're a heretic, and trying to burn each other. Their adherents stricken with the feelings of the impending doom, while still
Boom!
They
Destroy
were-
us all!
they were
Destroy
desperate
us
for the Emperor's
all!
They were desperate for the Emperor's forgiveness and began to flagellate themselves and demand that their friends and neighbors purge themselves of all their sins and the inequities in their sight of the God Emperor. Many planets in the Gothic sector, these cults became very politically powerful. I wonder why. When you're swinging a chainsword that spews fire, yeah, people tend to listen to you. Swelled by the popular support to such a degree that the ecclesiarchy, and oftentimes planetary governments, could do nothing to stop the rampage of hysterical flagellants. As the religious hysteria spread, lynch mobs roamed the hive cities, and suddenly we no longer had a ganger problem.
Navis Nobility.
Yes, that's how it's pronounced, and I fucking hate it.
Nobility.
Yes, for the first time in several thousand years, these worlds no longer had a ganger problem. I'll give you a guess why.
Repent!
Yes, when suddenly you have several thousand fanatics no longer afraid to get shot kicking in your door, going string them up, you suddenly have your crime rate drops to 0. Mind you, the number of bodies being hung from the streets on fire also increases dramatically, but we must not confuse causation.
Dramatically? You know what you mean, Bob?
Shut the fuck up. These events must not be confused with causation. Does not always mean causation. However,
Somebody put that in cheat.org. I have a feeling Bob nicked that off on a website.
what?
What you just said, because that's way too smart to be Bob.
Listen here, you fucking mechanical fuckwit. If I want to speak elegantly, when I have some form of brain cell to rub together sometimes, I will. Just doesn't happen most times at 8 o'clock at night because I've been up since 4. However,
Feels.
The impromptu burnings and hangings became so fucking common. The citizens started throwing themselves into the fever of these mad, basically joining the cult just to avoid catching a fiery asshole. How I feel when I'm eating Buffalo Wild Wings. Anyway, yeah, all was not to avail. The warp storms continued to get worse. I wonder why. And the frequency of warp storms and their intensity continuing to grow. However, under this widespread time of religious shenanigans, secret cults and covens started to instigate themselves or integrate themselves into the local positions of power, subverting even more people to the dark cause. Only to have the door kicked in and heard somebody scream, "His Imperial Majesty's Holy Inquisition, get on the fucking ground!" They proclaimed that
Yeah,
chaos.
open up.
They proclaimed chaos would save the humanity when the Emperor turned them down. Thousands, even millions of desperate Imperial citizens were deluded by these false promises, flocking to the cults. The Ordo Hereticus was hard pressed to root out every cultist, deviant, mutant, heretic. To make even matters even fucking worse, several Imperial Navy vessels were destroyed in dry dock by plasma reactor overloading and magazine detonations. The
They
official reports,
just blew up.
yes, from either their plasma cores just going supernova or the magazines going boom.
Well,
Or both.
The incident is indicted to accidents. However, me and everybody else with common fucking sense believes it is sabotage and rebellion because a macro cannon shell does not just explode for no fucking reason. At least it doesn't happen multiple times. Either way, while the Gothic sector was starting to fall into anarchy, Holst was searching for more clues in the plans of the heretics. He had heard of a chaos attack on the Warg of Purgatory. Who the fuck named? Okay, time out. What dickhead named a world Purgatory?
I don't know, the same one that named the world Armageddon.
Well, that was the Mechanicus, and they could be assholes they could be fragmented assholes. But who names a world Purgatory and then puts a guardsman group on there? If I was a guardsman on that world, I go, who named that world? I'm gonna shoot him. He's an asshole.
don't like being stuck in purgatory.
Yes. Either way, he chose to accompany the investigation fleet to Purgatory. And can you guess what he found?
A lot of goddamn heresy.
Yes. And he also found what made Purgatory different from dozens of other chaotic raids in the region. An alien device by the name of the Hand of Darkness. It was only known to be there by by the members of the Inquisition. An incredibly ancient alien artifact located deep beneath the planetary surface. The Mechanicus tried and failed to discern its purpose. That legends of other older races, aka Eldar, spoke of the Hand of Darkness with terror and revulsion. It was widely believed to be a weapon of immense power. When Holst arrived on Purgatory, the Inquisition's deepest fears came true. The Inquisitorial vault where the hand was stored was broken into, its defenders slaughtered, and the hand taken. If the Fathers of Chaos had learned to activate said weapon, they'd be able to unleash incredible destruction upon the Imperium. How? Holst would soon find out, sadly, and much to the pain of the Imperium, from more ways than one. Holst then learned of another artifact connected to the Hand of Darkness in the old Xenos myths, known as the Eye of Night. It was located on the rattling planet of Orn's World.
I shake the rattling baby.
Baby. As Holst sped towards the world on the fastest vessel he could commandeer, a report came by astro-telepathic message of an attack upon the Rattlings. Good fucking riddance. A small force of Chaos Renegades had landed close to where the eye was embedded, and an ancient statue worshipped as a god by the Rattlings in the pre-imperial times. After a brief skirmish, the guard recruiting force stationed near the Chaos Force's landing site was driven off. However, a solar month later, Chaos warships basically driven the raid off. However, a month later, Chaos starships blockaded the world and a full-scale invasion began. I'll give you 3 guesses how the Rattlings fared.
Bad.
Poorly, because this wasn't a regular invasion. This was a Chaos Space Marine invasion.
Oh, so they're dead.
The death toll reached millions in the hills and mountains where the world was scattered with flame and shell. by the most potent followers of the Dark Gods. Tens of thousands of ratlings were simply murdered outright as they began a genocide. Amongst the carnage, the Eye of Night was torn from its mounting, and the thief slipped away from the planet. The Forces now possessed both the hand and the eye, thus potential power to overthrow the Imperial Man, according to Horst. The Inquisitor then decided only to know where the forces of chaos would strike next. I'll give you three guesses what these two artifacts were used to control.
The warp itself.
That's Alan's guess. Kyle, what's your guess?
So, like, they got a hand in the foot of something?
Yes, Inquisitor. Cicero.
Maybe it some control some type of fucking Avatar Kane bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Horst the Inquisitor had not yet known that the despoiler himself had learned of the existence of the means to control the Blackstone fortresses. The devices known to control these systems were known as the Hand of Darkness and the Eye of Night.
Ah, that'll do it.
So yeah, you know that thing that cracked Cadia?
Yep.
Did I also mention in the Gothic sector there was an estimated of 6 of these fucking things?
More. That's good.
So problems. Ah. From the Abaddon learned from this from the ancient code Momonia. I don't know how the fuck. Hang on. Or I have a Ragagoo moment. Gentlemen, pronunciation, please.
Moriana.
Moriana, once an intimate of the. We're gonna strike that off at a bullshit because I highly doubt they would have lived. And I know this story, so this cannot be accurate. So we're gonna speak it anyway. An intimate of the Emperor himself during the Great Crusade and an ally of the founders of the Inquisition. Determined to resurrect the Emperor in his mortal form at the end of the Horus Heresy, she had fallen to chaos over the millennia of darkness over the millennia, and now acted for reasons only known to her. However, we also know, canon break here, only 2 people knew of the foundation of the Inquisition. Can you guess who those 2 fucking people were?
The Emperor and
Malcador?
Malcador Sigilite.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, this bitch could not have been involved in its formation.
Isn't that supposed to be like the mom who yeeted him or something?
Nope. That would be Erda.
Erda. Okay, I'm trying to remember names here.
And the only thing Erebus ever did right was skinning her. Anyway. Oh, spoiler alert if you haven't read The Siege of Terror. But yeah, somehow this powerful ascendant being on the level of the Emperor himself got skinned by literally everybody's most hated word bearer.
Night Lords!
I can almost forgive him. I can almost. But anyway, the old Inquisitor had began compiling scattered reports of unusual activity throughout the Gothic sector. And I just realized it's 8:30, so I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. Resulting in warp storms even increasing to the point where now the entire sector was cut off from all communication, reinforcement, or supplyment. So the Gothic sector was completely on its own. And soon, the mantle of these few worlds to be tested in the year 143 came to its end. Chaos Warfleets launched a number of wide-ranging attacks against the Imperial Navy bases within the sector. The forces were considered of all different strengths and sizes, no true thing. All they knew is they struck with a purpose, attempting to cripple every and all fucking Imperial Navy berths. So poorly was the Navy prepared to respond to the sudden offensive, the world of Latin basically I how do I say this? You have several different types of stations in the Imperium. You have what's known as major ports, you have minor ports, and you have Navy dockyards. A dockyard being in the middle between a minor port and a major port. So unprepared was
Sorry.
it that they were able to achieve naval dominance, naval supremacy in a few hours, and were able to destroy and cripple several dozen ships of the line, cruisers, battle cruisers. The orbital space stations fell to chaos within minutes, hours even, at most. Such swiftness was the attack that the orbital guns were able to turn against the Imperial Navy. Captain Grove of the Admiral Duke, an old Relentless class cruiser used as an Imperial Navy training vessel, was one of the only survivors of the attack. Simply for one reason and one reason alone. The panic of the young sometimes outstrips the wisdom of the old.
You say a training vessel is what survived?
Yes, one of the few. Can you guess why it survived?
They ran?
They didn't just run. Because, yes, the proper term in this situation would be to turn, run, and get info back to whoever is in control.
Tactical retreat.
Yes. Gentlemen, have you ever heard the tale of when the Enterprise got hit in World War II? When she was being hunted by the Japanese Navy?
Nope.
Well, her rudder got damaged. So she started making a big-ass circle. By all rights, the Big E should have been destroyed in that battle. But because she was unable to be controlled and she was just making a bigger and bigger fucking circle, the Japanese Navy lost her.
Huh.
Can you guess what happened here?
Same diddly do.
Same shit.
Because James Workshop doesn't know how to not take stuff from other lore accurate things.
History.
Yes.
Listen, mister, I don't even know the glory of Rome. I don't want to hear it from you. Anyway.
Oh, yes, the toilet seat boys. Let's give them to Rome.
Alan.
Yes.
Vidi Vidi Vici.
Ave Dominus Nox?
Meanwhile, the only operations that were even forming any kind of operational success were hit and runs and then withdrawals, leaving the Imperial Navy suffering major losses and many of its capital starships destroyed or needing months of repair and retrofitting to return to operational capacity. Chaos didn't just achieve total success in the first strikes, however. In the battle, the trader fleets suffered serious defeats, most notably during the defense of the high world of Orar, where one of the many chaotic war fleets involved in the conflict, led by the Chaos War Master Malefica Arcan. I cannot believe but I'll let somebody else claim the title War Master, but okay. Ambushed Imperial battle group that was stationed in the orbit of Orar. They did not find their enemy taken unawares, however. Having just received orders to put down a rebellion in the neighboring star system, the battle group had been armed, prepared, and been making for to break orbit, already at full combat alert, guns readied, and weapons charged. So, can you guess how this happened? What I can repeat for this, Ave Yata East. Huh. But basically, this is what happened. Imagine a battleship, 2 cruisers, and a bunch of little torpedo boats was just sailing about, and then the enemy ships just came into knife fighting range, shields down, weapons unprimed, and completely to the broadside. I can hear the words, "All right, boys, meat's back on the menu." And the Imperial Navy proceeded to fucking annihilate this dumb bastard.
You don't look like you're going to have a bad time.
To the point where, let's put it this way. I told you guys last week about knife fighting range for Imperial vessels was basically 10,000 kilometers.
Mhm.
They were exactly about 15 to 20,000 kilometers away when they jumped in.
Oh
So
boy.
mid gun range. And the main ship of the battle group was a oh dear God, I forgot I wrote this down. It was the battle cruiser Imperius at full alert, launched torpedoes, evaded the enemy torpedoes, and then crippled the War Master's flagship by hitting a near point blank range with a Nova cannon to the bridge.
Oof.
Yeah, oof. They went to score a rare victory with only a handful of Chaos escorts escaping and none of the Imperial vessels being damaged. Basically, they jumped in and went, I'm going to kick your, and immediately got an ass whipping.
I'm gonna
Sadly,
kick you.
basically, imagine you're a 4'9" guy. You walked in and you go, I'm going to beat the frick out of the first guy I see. And you kick a 9-foot tall guy who looks like he bench presses 500 pounds. That's what happened to the Chaos Forces. Or if you want a meme to go along with the statement, imagine the Chaos Forces is the white girl sitting on the couch.
Oh,
Do I
okay,
need,
okay,
do I
okay.
need to go
Okay.
further?
No, we're good. Good, we're good.
Memes cannot be defeated.
Cease and desist.
However, right around the same time, just as the Imperium looked like, hey, we got a rare win, can you guess what happened next? The vultures start smelling problems.
Yukari started coming in and
Nope,
doing
not true.
things.
Not
Oh, the
true
orcs.
Freebooters, and then pirates.
Orcs, 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 orcs.
And then Abaddon seized the Blackstone Fortress. So things are getting pretty fucking bad. And then the Eldar got involved. It started attack. Eldar Corsairs started attacking Imperial shipping. And then Saffron happened. Long story short, Abaddon deployed a new class of warship known as the Planet Killer. Shameless plug to the Discord if you haven't seen it. But yeah, this is what the world looked like when Abaddon shot that sumbitch. Now be in the general, ladies and gentlemen.
Take a look at these.
Yeah, the thing on the left side is the world.
The hell just made noise? Fuck. Oh, yeah. That's going boom.
And
Did I
gone.
mention? Did I mention that's only one salvo from that goddamn thing?
Just one?
Just one volley.
Oh.
Oh, indeed. So, can you imagine when everybody else in the Imperium sat up and went, "Oh fuck me"? It was right around this time, if we're going from the Imperial point of view, a certain admiral had gotten off his interrogation and was immediately thrown into the deep end and going, "You're gonna need to help fix this." That admiral was by the name of Lord, or not Lord yet, just Admiral Spire.
Well, pretty much, he woke up. He's like, what's going on? They grabbed him by the collar, threw him in the room, and said, "Fuck my shit."
Help fix the shit. And Spire went about dutifully kicking the shit out of orcs, securing an alliance with the Eldar. Don't ask me how. I haven't played the first Battlefleet Gothic.
It involved him lasting 30 hours in the snooze session.
You know what? I'll just have to take your word for it, Tech Priest.
Oh, boy.
And then smashing aside a bunch of pirates who were just constantly preying on Imperial supplies.
They wear pony hats and had parrot squigs.
Yes, they were acting like old-timey pirates. Can you guess how...
Fun fact, there is actually a thing called the parrot squig.
Yes, yes, it is. And many a fucking rogue trader has one.
Oy.
Why
I
are
bet
they
you didn't know that, Kyle.
why are they obsessed with pirate culture? I do not know.
For the pirate life for me.
But then came a bit of hope for the Imperial Navy. An Adaptus Mechanicus facility located in the desolate moon orbiting the gas giant in the Lokir system. The tech priests there have been researching, I know that's a dirty word to you, but praise them for ignoring the Mechanicus,
The fuck are you talking about, man?
and researching the wisdom of their predecessors. You see, we covered ourselves. In order to uncover knowledge, we're still lying, that would help develop a more powerful weapon system, more efficient starship drives, and better void shield generators. A few ships were outfitted with these improved systems, one of them being Spires, the other being the most fucking god. Okay, time out for a second. You guys got to hear the name of the Lord Admiral, the Imperial Navy in the Gothic sector. It is the most fucking naval name I've heard yet. It is Lord Admiral Cornelius von Ravensburg.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yep.
That is the most naval name I've heard ever. For the love of fuck, it just sounds like
I could
old
also
timey.
spoil something, but I'm gonna let Bob do it.
What do you mean?
I'm just gonna let you explain the story because I played the first Gothic, so I know the full story, including the second.
You're gonna have to spoil it because I don't have any notes about the Gothic War from the point
Well, fun
battle.
fact,
Like
he's actually a traitor.
Ravensburg is a traitor.
Yes, he actually in the second one, especially the second one, when you play the Chaos campaign, he's over there. He's sending because he knows Admiral Spire can do stuff. So he sends him in one direction while he tells Chaos, okay, this area is good, go fuck it up.
You're thinking of Admiral Train. He's the one who gets shot in number 2, Alan. You're not Ravensburg.
They both are.
Now you see how the Emperor punished such heresy.
I just had a puppy just step on my spleen. Yes, I love you too.
And that's what you get for bespeaking the good name of Admiral Ravensburg.
Oh, oh, I just got liver punched by a 100-pound dog. Did not
Good.
feel nice.
Good. You fucking tried to lie.
Do you hear her?
No, I do not hear a dog. Nope.
Oh God!
Basically,
That's Yuki! I heard the wind up. Hello, Yuki.
How you eat?
I was wondering why your fucking suddenly it got loud.
Oh. I heard the doot 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 doot. I'm like, oh wait.
Oh, does Yuki finally step away from a novella and actually do something?
Ooh, fighting words.
Yuki finally put down a book. Oh, a telenovela. I'm
But
sorry, never mind.
Yuki. Tell me, am I wrong though?
Them some fighting words.
Go back to your Chorisian teledramas and leave us to our lore. Okay, I'll leave. She has the knives.
No, I'm pulling out the knife. Come on, let's go.
And the night
Challenge
fight has
accepted.
Challenge accepted.
begun. And now the fight begins. Basically, they stuck these new systems onto 4 sword-class frigates that act as basically scouting ships. And holy shit, did the new systems work incredibly well. However, it did not stop the Benegas system from falling to Abaddon full months after. So, slowly but surely, the Imperials were catching the back foot more and more. To the point where only Port Moff was the last major standing point of the Imperial Navy in the Gothic sector.
Which Port Ma is like the HQ of the Gothic sector also.
Yes, it was the only major port left. Thus, Ravensburg had to adapt his tactics. While Spire dealt with, along with, my bad, what the hell's his name? Don't want to fuck it up. Fleet, the Fleet Admiral. Oh, it doesn't give him a name. Bastard. We'll just assume it's Spire he's talking about here. The 24th Destroyer Squadron, the Widowmakers, the 1st Frigate Echelon, Eagle Claws, and a sword-class frigate of the Anvil 206 Patrol Flotilla to deal with the pirate convoys, taking away his supplies of ammo and supplies. Ravensburg adapted his strategy. Basically, a reverse Sun Tzu.
I finished that novella weeks ago. I have classes on Monday, so I can never catch y'all's streams. But I got out early because I had a test.
Oh,
Oh, well, well, you did well on the test, Yuki.
yeah, I hope you did well.
We will pray for your Lord, your wisdom to prevail.
Yes.
I will pray to the toaster.
I shall whip out the uplifting primer and chant and scream at a wall.
He'll do it too. Don't tempt him.
He got that book.
It's so fucking good.
I feel confident that I did well. Well, that's good.
Well, that's good.
That's good to
Confidence
hear.
is the greatest thing. However, back to topic on hand. Ravensburg.
Oh, we're
decided,
having a topic.
yes, Ravensburg decided that since the Chaos fleets were spread out throughout the entire Gothic sector, his best bet was to bring the entire might of the battle fleet against each Chaos fleet individually. Risky, but it was the only sound stratagem that would work in this regard. The problem was, drawing all the battle fleet strength into one position meant weakening convoy escorts, system patrols, and squadrons on anti-piracy duties. Okay, luckily, we had an Admiral Spire in the background kicking all the pirates' teeth in. After numerous aborted attacks at full start, Ravensburg saw his first real chance in 151 M41. However, just to make sure you guys realize, this is 10 years in. The Imperial Navy's been on the fucking back foot.
They've been fighting a losing war for 10 years?
Yes.
Oof.
Ordering his task force underway with all possible speed, Ravensburg took command aboard the Divine Right, an Emperor-class battleship, along with 17 other capital ships, including 2 battleships and 2 battle cruisers, and 20 escorts under his command, aka a massive armada. Ravensburg pursued the enemy fleet into the Gothian region. Realizing their plight, the Chaos Forces attempted to head out and again to try to get as far from the star to attempt a warp jump. Ravensburg detached the fastest vessels in his fleet to pursue in a week-long chase. The action resulted was recorded by Captain Bila of the Guardian, an escort-class vessel. However, when one seeks to break the enemy, one must be careful of traps. They ran headlong into a cunning trap bolstered by a further 12 warships. The Chaos Fleet turned, and it was all the Imperials could do was to evade the bulk of the enemy. Even doing so, they lost 3 destroyers and 4 frigates in a series of small skirmishes while pulling out. The enemy lost a total of at least 5 escorts and maybe as 10 as more. With all massive warships remaining with Lord Ravensburg's command, there was little else the Imperials could do but run. Blythe and his battle group headed back towards the vicinity of Ravensburg's main fleet, and they were soon joined by another admiral, one Admiral Spire. But even with these 2 other battle groups, small battle groups joining up with the main battle fleet, the Imperial forces were still outgunned and to a serious degree. For 3 days, the 2 fleets circled and dodged each other through the system. Neither fleet commander prepared to commit the bulk of the ships against an enemy position whose exact position was unknown. 3 weeks after arriving in system, Ravensburg's fleet and the Chaos Armada clashed. 6 Firestorm-class frigates, aka Firestorms, are basically how do you describe these ones? They possess a small naval group. Their main call to arms is that they have a, how do I say this? A laser cannon on its bow, aka a ship lance.
Well, they just have a major fucking las cannon, like a gigantic las cannon.
Yeah, they have a starship lance. That's
You
the
don't
fire.
have to worry about ammo.
Oh no, those fuckers take a lot of power. So I'd almost prefer a Nova cannon.
If I
That's
gotta
good.
know if it's
But
actually an
still
A, I'll just write a line on it.
See, what you do is you just all the room where you have an extra where you have the ammo, you just put gigantic fucking reactor.
Yuki, you're doubting yourself. Stop that. Doubt is for a mind. Doubt is for a heretical mind. Blessed be the mind too small for doubt.
Too small
But you're
for
not
doubt.
you're not a heretic, are you, Yuki?
You do remember she's supposed to be like the queen of chaos?
Do it.
Brother, get the flavor.
The heavy flavor. Nope. Fuck the flavor. I'm grabbing the full kite. However, during this engagement, torpedo salvos were launched at extreme range. Failed to really do anything besides box them in. But it was right at this time, Spire's fleet came in clutch. The Imperial fleet tore through their adversaries, crippling 4 capital ships and destroying 11 escorts. The Chaos forces, rather to turn to fight, the Chaos War Master ordered his fleets to escape. However, this is at this point where sometimes making friends is very nice. As a group of Eldar fucking Corsair ships, including 3 Shadow class battleships, jumped in. Mind you, an Eldar Shadow class battleship has enough firepower if it gets that close to you to decimate an Emperor class. 3 of them just jumped into knife fight range with the Chaos fleet.
The panic.
Admiral Spire cracked a beer, smiled, and went, "Get fucked, heretic," and sipped it cheerfully.
I'm lurking driving home. The minis look amazing, Tiefles. Well, thank you for the lurk, Yuki. Enjoy watching from the shadows of the warp. I told you she was a traitor. We knew it.
Just make sure you bless the machine spirit before you start driving.
Yes.
Yep.
Get up the holy
pray,
incense
you
and oils.
You gotta pray to it.
But caught between Ravensburg and the Eldar, the Chaos War fleet was annihilated. Not escaped, except for 1 small escort class ship.
Don't.
And with this victory,
Oh
the
my god.
tides started turning. The warp storms that had isolated the Gothic sector began to subside. And the first group of people to jump in were the strike cruisers and battle barges of the Blood Angels, the Space Wolves, Angels of Absolution, Ultramarines, and the fucking Dark Angels. Bringing in flesh, elite troops to the fight. And the forces during the Blood Angels being led by a certain very pissed off old man. If you catch my drift. Oh, and the Imperial Fists. We can't forget Dorn's angry boys. No Templars, though. A shame.
Uh-oh. Hey! You're back.
I think she was just yelling at us for calling her chaos.
Probably. I mean, we're not wrong, though.
But the end of the Gothic sector began at the world of Tetanus, where Abaddon brought his full fleets to bear against the Imperial Navy. Abaddon had already used the power of the Blackstone fortresses to destroy the entire star system by causing its star to go supernova. And near the end of this fight, Abaddon attempted to do the same. But luckily, or unluckily, let me see if I can. I just want to make sure because this motherfucker and his squad get a full statement of what the hell they pulled. Where the fuck did I put you? Where the fuck did I put you? Where the fuck did I put you in the lore?
How about you losing things?
Because it's a long fucking list.
Oh, my back! Oh, God!
Here we are.
Ah!
Abaddon seeing that his
What'd you do?
Oh! Dying.
Abaddon seeing that his attempt to take the world of Tetamus would fail, he attempted to use the three Blackstone fortresses to once again destroy the star of the system.
So much red.
However, Captain Aradel ordered all power to the shields and drove the flame of purity into the middle of the converging energy weapons, and then ordered his plasma core and warp engines to be overloaded. The flame of purity was destroyed almost instantly, scattered to consistent molecules. However, the detonation had expended the fortress's power, and as the captain had hoped, the Blackstone fortresses could not fire multiple times, thus allowing the Angels of the Angels of Redemption Space Marine chapter, combined with Shark assault boats from the Divine Wrath to board the isolated Blackstone in an attempt to recapture it, managing to steal it from Abaddon's hands. And along with the three more battle barges, one of them being the what the fuck was that one? Hang on. We're gonna say it was the Blade of Vengeance, because it was one of the Blood Angels barges, started closing upon the planet killer. It was at this moment a certain prophecy was spoken about another person. Can you guess what prophecy that was, my dear friends?
Nope.
You remember when I talked about Dante, about how Abaddon's Stormseer started panicking, telling him not to engage Dante in a fight? Beware the last archangel, the last flight of the archangels. Beware the man who bears the face of God, who weeps nothing but tears of gold. Yeah,
Sure.
This is about the time she started screaming and panicking. And Abaddon looked out and just saw the Blood Angels coming at him. And he could have sworn he heard in the voice going, "Yes." And Abaddon fucked off. But not before doing this, causing the four remaining other Blackstone fortresses, including the one that they just re-secured, to detonate. The self-destruct.
Oh, nice.
Because Abaddon's a sore loser. His goal was, before anybody goes, oh, according to plan, the goal was 6. He got 2. Suck it, Chaos fanboys.
Were you there? Do you not know if my objectives were met? You fucking lost!
You tried to get your hands on 6. You got 2. In fact, you lost 1. Suck it. And then you turned the second you saw Dante's angry brood going, I want that ass.
Oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I'm missing a paint! I found it.
But the Gothic War was won. The cost of the Imperial victory had been extreme for the Imperial Navy. Battlefleet Gothic in particular, both in terms of human life and number of ships lost, had been reduced from, we'll give it to this. Let's say the fleet was at 95% full strength at the beginning of the Gothic War. She was down to 10%. The efforts of the High Lords of Terror themselves recognized the efforts of the entire sector fleet and the name of each and every crewman who had served in the war, from High Lord Admiral Ravensburg down to the lowest rating on the smallest merchant ship, was engraved upon a specially crafted monolith. Jesus Christ. which stands 10 times the height of a man in the Chamber of Heroes in the Imperial Palace itself. Inquisitor Hull slipped away, later dying in the Second War of Armageddon, aiding the search for his fellow Inquisitor Katharina Greyfax and the Eye of Night.
Ah, Greyfax, the one who is in a relationship with the other Saint Felicine.
I don't care if that's not canon or not, but it's canon now. Shut up about it. It's canon. I don't want to hear it. Though the times were dark, the Gothic sector and the war that had happened there, they had suffered life would event the lives ruined and destroyed would eventually return to normal. The endless battles with the Elder Corsairs would return, more smugglers would roll in, the crushing of heretic cults and renegade cowards, and thousands of other jobs which mankind depends upon in the Imperial Navy had returned. The Imperial Navy's victory at the 12th the 12th, that's not Great Crusade, you stupid bastard. I don't know why you wrote that on the wiki. It's the 12th Black Crusade, thank you.
Only you can expand it.
The 12th Black Crusade, the Imperial victory bought 9 centuries of quiet for the realms of the Emperor against the forces of chaos. And then we know what happens next. So if you're keeping scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, after Cadia, Abaddon has 1 Blackstone Fortress left. 1. Seethe and cope, heretics. Seethe and cope. Total Imperial losses range in tens of billions that are corrupted.
Oof.
Chaos losses are estimated in the millions. Hundreds of millions.
Oh, pretty significant losses.
For the Chaos who cannot readily replace their supplies, oh fuck yeah.
I was gonna say, because Chaos can't replace themselves like the Imperium can. The Imperium can just be like, all right, make more babies, get more shit. Chaos can't really do that.
It's really hard to do it in the war.
Yeah.
No, they use something.
Oh, don't.
Shut up. You shut your whore mouth.
That is not the 69th episode. Do not.
Let's speak of that thing. What episode number are we on, by the way?
62.
Jesus Christ, I gotta get a lot drunker before I do in 7 episodes. But ladies and gentlemen, that was my coverage of the Gothic War. Any questions, lads?
No, I don't think so.
Not entirely.
But yeah, brutal, bloody conflict.
Well, you
This
said
is-
they were fucking, like, the Imperium were at a loss for like 10 years. That's a lot of time to just be losing shit.
Yeah, just pushed to the back foot. And mind you, Abaddon had worked his strategy magnificently. Because the Imperial Navy's way of dealing with, say, that kind of situation is to simply hold up, let other battle fleets from other neighboring sectors get there to reinforce you, and we'll kick their teeth down their throat together. With the warp storms, that wasn't happening.
Yeah, you can't really
But yeah,
travel
the-
around when you get stuck with the warp storms around. Not gonna get that backup you desperately need.
Desperately. But yeah, that was... Oh, shit.
That was the oh shit.
Yes, that was the oh shit. And I bet that's the exact words of everybody in the Imperial Navy when they saw the world killer just pop up. The planet killer. Oh shit.
Why is when you say planet killer, it makes me think of a fucking orc weapon.
That's what I thought too originally when I read that. I was like, what the fuck did the orcs get this thing? Reddit's how Abaddon named it. Where are
You know
you
what else we
okay?
talk about?
Hmm.
The time that the orcs almost took Terra.
We're not talking about the War of the Beast. I will leave right the fuck now. It's not canon. It didn't happen. Shut up about it.
No, we need to talk about it.
No.
Cicero,
Drop
Nope.
the points.
drop the points.
Nope. Somebody already covered next week's topic.
Well, maybe not next
There
week.
could be a queue.
Yeah, well, there'll be a queue.
Bob doesn't keep cues anymore.
Fine. We'll just drop it next. We'll just drop it next episode.
Nope. Ash's already got it there first.
No, don't worry. When we're doing Ash's episode, we'll drop that. That way, the next week's top is the War of the Beast.
Negative. Alright. But next week for a quote. Do not fear the alien.
I just thought of something. You know how I was scared the fuck out of Bob, Kyle?
War of the Beast episode.
We'll stick him in the cube and make him listen to War of the Beast.
Oh god, the audiobooks. No, because you'll hear a bolt shell go off very quickly.
Joke's on you. You're gonna be in the cube. You'll be in stasis.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
So you're into being tortured while listening to War of the Beast over and over again?
No, I was talking about blood force objects piercing my skull and taking out my central nervous system.
No, you're gonna be in stasis and you're gonna have to listen to War of the Beast.
Anyway, a quote for next week. Do not fear the alien, for they are weak when compared to you. I am not but a man, and I have crushed the greenskin forces not once, but twice. How do I do this? With the men of the guard. You, I look upon your faces and I see the salvation of the galaxy written in every single one. The fury and the righteous indignation that will send the enemy reeling into their utter dark. I see in every one of you. I look upon you and I feel no fear for our future. Men of the guard, I offer you my most heart-filled gratitude. Accept it with pride. It was you who won back this world, and it is you who will ensure its continued greatness. Commissar Sebastian Yannick, at the conclusion of the Third War of Armageddon.
Third War. God damn.
Well, we don't talk about the first one.
No, we are going to talk about it.
No.
You gotta do all of it, man. You gotta cover the entire War of Armageddon for
No, this isn't
Ash.
Armageddon. This isn't the War of Armageddon. We're talking about the Steel Legion and Yarrick.
You listen and trying to weasel out, Kyle.
The whole point of this show is for you to teach me stuff. Why you don't teach me, Bob?
I am going to teach you, but I'm also going to listen to the guy who just dropped 10,000 purity seals. He wants Steel Legion and Yarrick. I'm not going to go into a 40-minute diatribe on about an angry fucking strawberry person.
Strawberry. What the fuck?
Angron.
Oh, okay.
He's a pissed off winged strawberry. Get over it.
Okay. I really like the way that this highlight system worked.
I do like that too, Kyle. It really did turn out nice.
I like, yeah, because, well, it did a dark green, and then I did the white on top, that Zenithal highlight set, and then I used the contrast Flesh Terror, and look at that. It got some good gradient to it. It came out pretty good.
It does.
Got that good top highlight with the bottom shadowing. And then I did this one already, and then I take that Riser Rust, and I dried brush it with the Riser Rust. So you get like the yellow bumps are all yellowish. Got the yellow on the top here and everything. So yeah, came out pretty good. Came out nice. I'm excited to get all those doggies going. I just, the Blood Crusher, I have to finish shading and do the base on it. I'm just going to do the simple base. And then I'll paint the rims at the end. And that will eventually be on the Discord in the mini showcase. It needs time to dry before I can dry brush and do extra shading and stuff. So look for that next day or two.
Do you want to hear the bullshit we now can get into with the new book?
Oh.
Imperial Hulks Chaos Hulks, Aldari Space Hulks, Orc Space Hulks, and Mixed Origin Space Hulks.
But we can literally go to a space hulk, and there's gonna be a bunch of orcs in there.
There's a bunch of shit we could run into because it also adds a lot of horrible other abominations.
Well, there could be a relic in the Space Hulk. You guys are going to want to go in there.
Hulk's gonna go in there. Stones want to go in there. I don't want to go in there because it's fucking tiny.
Oh, God, that thing's there too. That's not good. That's not good at fucking all.
What?
Alan, remember that thing Chris wanted us to cover?
Oh, that guy.
That thing? Yeah, there's stats for it in the book.
Oh.
Don't be
Fuck
looking
us.
at that bestiary.
Nah, just I saw the name and I panicked. And I looked. I was like, if we run into that, Kyle, we're fucked.
Oh, nonsense. You guys are overpowered.
You say that.
Anyways, where do we want to send our lovely viewers? Who should we raid?
Well, 20's playing Baldur's Gate.
Ooh, we can send them out to watch some very shenanigized for D&D.
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare Exterminatus.
All right, we'll go send the 20. Go watch some D&D Baldur's Gate. And think about how you guys could be playing D&D Wrath and Glory.
We're
By
not
Cubicle
sponsored.
7? Yeah?
I say we're not sponsored, but it's fun.
It is a fun time, and we're hoping to get some more time in, and maybe I would love to like somehow figure out how to stream a session one day.
Oh,
I know Foundry has a thing. Maybe we could do a Foundry night one day, and just like we'll do like a stream of it for just one run.
Kyle, all I can say is people are gonna want me to want us all to shut the fuck up very quickly.
That's
Wait,
fine.
what the fuck did I just miss? What?
It's
I
fine.
zoned out for a second.
We're gonna start streaming this shit.
Wait, streaming what?
Kyle, I think Alan had a stroke. Do you know where he's at?
What?
I had a stroke. Please help.
We're talking about maybe streaming Wrath and Glory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Send us to the warp, says Cicero.
To the warp and far away.
Space
Emperor
Hulks
commands-
with some bugs. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
We way to the warp and far away. Where's that one Cicero put in?
But anyways, as time winds down to this stream or raid, I will say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. We hope you all have a good night.
And here,
And,
see a high-ranking Magos of the Forge
goodbye.
World, Sergei
We'll go.
Mechadendrats in